Arca Bulls family, how is everyone tonight? Throw some A's in the chat if you can hear your boys speak right now. Throw those A's in the chat right now, you guys. What is up, everybody? What is up? Very interesting day in the market today. I gotta tell you, man, I actually got stopped out a couple times. My goodness. Minimal losses, of course, you guys, but I suspended myself after a 4% loss on portfolio today. The good thing is, the very good thing is that the Pfizer short position that I have is absolutely in the green. So that is the saving grace for today's trades. Moderators, what is up? Cal L, I know he's driving. Do not bother him right now, you guys. Mark Roach, what is up? Samantha, how you doing? DJ, what is up, you guys? Oh, very, very happy to see everybody in here tonight, man. So what's good, guys? What is good in the markets? Did anybody do any good today? Because trust me when I say that we got quite the surprise from the turn in the markets today after everything was suggesting upside. It looks like the sentiment immediately retraced from all of us, right? We are in critical supports on everything right now, you guys. But But nonetheless, we are here and we are trying to figure out what those potentials could be. Okay, so let's just go ahead and pull up our charts. Look at this empty screen right over here. There it is. I was actually just revising the BTC. I was actually just revising the BTC chart right over here, you guys, and I'm noticing that the support line that I had at about 23,000 or 22,950, right, is essentially that area where I was looking at a potential retracement, right? But we're barely above that in BTC, which means that the markets are also at that critical support right now, you guys. And I think this is gonna be the game right now. I think we're gonna be honestly creating bull traps and bear traps along the way to the economical data that's going to be released fairly soon. Okay, you guys, we are absolutely in anticipation for getting that 25 BIP, the BPS, right? So if we can get that 25 BIP from the Fed, you guys, I think we're going to do very good, okay? But if we do get that surprise 50, oh my goodness, I don't know. We may actually capitulate and everything is just going to essentially come back down to a previous support, and then we can actually recover, you guys. Remember that the downside is always just a temporary cycle, right? So B, what is up, man? So your Pfizer is green too. Good, man, good. I'm very happy about that. I was trying to be as transparent as I was about that. And I don't know if you guys, Stick Vicious, what is up, my dude? Good to see you here. I'm not sure if you guys actually caught last night's stream, but I posted something on Twitter regarding this information leak of the a Pfizer employee, and about him talking about them testing the new virus. I think they're about to evolve it again, and they were testing it on live animals, like live monkeys. Like, guys, come on, man, that's not cool. So I posted a very aggressive tweet, and it's something that I usually don't do, right? And I'm rarely short a stock, right? But I honestly had to say it out loud, you guys, because I don't support that. I don't support animal cruelty. It's not good, man. So I said that I am going to officially open up a short position on Pfizer, and I did. And I noticed here that B as well opened up that short position as well. And to tell you the truth, man, I think that Pfizer may continue to the downside, and I hope it does, man, because that's really not cool. I hope they hurt for that, man. That's not good. That's not good, you guys. And now B is saying that MRNA is looking what? Really? So Moderna is also a potential short position too. Are you open? Are you short that? Oh my goodness. So Samantha H, my moderator, saying my cousin is a cardiologist. He saw dogs at a company once. It's disgusting. Oh, okay, yeah, guys. That's not good. That's not good. We don't want that for the animals, guys. But my boy Stick Vicious, what is up, dude? Totally thought that we were gonna make that upside on that ticker AUVI for you, man. But it looks like everything in the market's kind of bled, with the exception of a few things, like GTII, for example, you guys. And honestly, GTII, I was really expecting the 290 or 280 cent. I'm talking about $2.80 to about $2.90. I was really expecting that to happen, guys, but as you can see, we actually still ended green, right? We broke into that $2 territory, but the pressures of the market, the overall sentiment was enough to keep it not absolutely, launching to the moon. So, GTII. Oh, by the way, you guys, if you don't know just yet, I already posted up a video of GTII. Okay, I definitely posted it up just about 5 minutes ago. As my wife actually surprised me today. She said she's gonna stay. I'm sorry, she texted me and I didn't get it because I was asleep, right? My boy ended up falling asleep at 5 in the morning. My goodness. So she actually said, I'm actually going to be working from home. Lone Wolf, good to see you here, man. And Fusion 2000, thank you so much for your donation, man. So you're saying, love your work. Can you check out VPLM? Cheers. We'll absolutely put it in the list as well, my friend. And but yeah, you guys, so I'm telling you, my wife surprised me by saying that She was actually going to work from home, and she's going to wake up, my toddler James, and she'll take care of him. And in doing so, the little guy was not yelling through the camera saying, "Daddy, Daddy, Daddy," right? So she had already gotten him, and Daddy slept all the way, man. He's actually got a full 8 hours of sleep today, and I am not proud of that, because trust me when I say that I am running in the biggest rush, and I was not able to prepare everything as good as I usually do. But I did release a video on Zella. I also released a video on COSM and on GTII, okay, you guys? And now we're here in the live stream so we can make sure to get those things done. So Lone Wolf, I will absolutely try to get that on the list, but I have to warn you that I have a huge list, and I'm not by any means avoiding it whatsoever. Is this what's his name? I'm sorry, what's the channel's name? It's called Ticker Requests in the Discord. It's something that the moderators developed, and I am actually getting these. I'm getting these requests way ahead of time, so I have kind of full schedule, but I will absolutely have it on here. Okay, Lone Wolf, you're looking at TRKA, right? I want to make sure that we also get on the list for Fusion, guys. Please know for a fact that there are absolutely a bunch of opportunities in the market. Do not get discouraged when things like this happen, okay? It just honestly, it can provide a better entry for situations, right? But let me go ahead and just add a few things to the list right here, including the TRKA for Lone Wolf. My dude, thank you so much for stopping by. Sebastian Lim, what is up, man? So you're looking at Mara, right, my dude? Yeah, I already got you on the list as well, so that is definitely going to be put on there. I saw your request earlier too, and I think you may have requested it in the ticker requests too, so that's why I had it. That's why I have it on the list, to be perfectly honest with you. Mark Roach, we will absolutely add that too, my dude. Okay, so VPLM, tell me, Fusion 2000, what's going down with that ticker? What is it about? What can you tell me? Is anybody long that ticker, by the way? I haven't really heard of it, and I know that there are a bunch of tickers right now, including I think it was BBII, or I think it was something that that Moon was actually talking about, right? So I'm not sure what that ticker did either, but there's a few of them out there in circulation that are apparently going to make some very interesting moves to the upside, right? So Fusion, let me go ahead and put you down for that ticker. What was it you said? VPLM. But go ahead and speak to me about it, man. What is the good deal with that ticker, man? And I know I actually tried to get the chat started a little earlier today, guys, because honestly, yesterday was kind of a late night, and I know that a lot of people don't get the opportunity to come on these chats and just see what's good, right? So I am absolutely in debt to you guys. I love that everybody steps in here and still deals with my crazy schedule, you know what I mean? But we are here, we are still making the moves, and we will go over a few tickers and opportunities for us to make some nice gains in the markets in the coming days, guys. Very exciting times right now. Like I said, the cycles in the broader market, guys, that's the natural ebb and flow. We have to be able to see those things, right? We were actually looking at I got stopped out of Tesla, right? So, and I suspended myself, like I said in the beginning of this chat, at about a 4% stop. So I needed to reevaluate everything, and then I'm just looking at this like trickery happen. I did mention yesterday that essentially trading these markets would be a gamble, right? Because of the sentiment, because of the economical data being released. That type of stuff presents just unreal volatility in the markets, right, you guys? So we have to be as sharp as we can. Our risk management has to be sharp in these turbulent times, okay, you guys? So if there's anything I can suggest is to absolutely honor your stops, okay, you guys? Make sure to honor those stops no matter what. Today, I'm telling you, it was just a 4% loss. It could have been a lot worse, of course. And yeah, but so now, Sebastian, I know you still had SNOA from yesterday, which I owed you, my buddy, but you are also looking at that ticker symbol Mara, right? So guys, so as far as GTII, so in efforts to kind of preserve the time for the requests, let's go ahead and refer to the video that I posted for GTII just about 5 minutes ago, as it is a very important video, and it absolutely reflects some critical information for the coming days. Okay, you guys, GTII, just to tell you real quick, made a very important breakout here out of that descending broadening wedge. Guys, this breakout is super important. Okay, I want you to watch that video. I want you to go ahead and interact with it. Let me know what you think. I'll try to answer those questions on the comments below. And also remember never to fall for those comments in YouTube saying to text me, saying to WhatsApp me, saying to you know, the helpline and all those stuff. Guys, that is not me. Please make sure not to fall for those traps, as they are absolutely people just trying to take your money. Okay, so now for the requests coming in for TRKA, Bryant, I definitely have it on the list as well already, my dude. It's actually I forgot who else just requested it, but it's definitely on the list. And if guys, remember that I'm gonna go ahead and try to get these tickers done faster than normal so that we can cover some more tickers you know, for the live stream. And I'm doing this because tonight is my last live stream before before Wednesday, right? So we're going to continue our live streams on Wednesday. So remember, if you are not familiar with the scheduling that I have for live streams, it is Sunday, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays, and that is a very specific. It's a very specific schedule for live streams. Is because on Sunday we need the prep for Monday, right? On Monday is the first trading day, and usually the most. I mean, that day is usually full of sentiment, right? So now we stream on Monday, and then we stream on Tuesday as well, because we want to make sure to prep for the hump day for Wednesday. Okay. Now I don't usually go on Wednesday because that's usually when I get the least traffic. Okay, now on Thursdays, because the Friday is usually those green days. Okay, so we make sure to stream on that Thursday. All right, you guys. So I'm actually forgetting who was that. You, Bryant, who said TRKA. So I'm just gonna. I know there's a couple people, so I'll just go ahead and put it there as well. And I want to make sure that we can get as many tickers out of the way as possible, you guys. I know that there's a lot of requests coming in, but please, if you don't know already, if you're new to the chat, first of all, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, just like my moderators were saying. Absolutely, thank you guys, love you so much. But I want you to know that on Discord there's an early request for tickers. Okay, so that the information provided there is absolutely critical, and I love that people are now finally engaging with that method. Okay, so the moderators have put this together. Thank you so much, Cal. Thank you guys. I love you all, you guys, for that. Okay, so those early requests are coming in, which are now starting to fill the schedules for the following days. Okay, you guys, so make sure to visit the Discord link. It's located in the description below here on this video. Okay, also, if that link is not working right now, I'm sure that one of the moderators can post that invite link for Discord here for the welcome page, right? So let's go ahead and now touch on a few of the tickers that we're going to be evaluating tonight for that awesome trading session coming in. Okay, you guys. So now, Mark Roach, you actually were mentioning another ticker before this, dude, and I will absolutely get it in. Was that TRKA? I know you're mentioning now Tesla and Amazon, but I wanna make sure that I did catch that last ticker that you were talking about. Was that man? Okay, so hot tickers, you're talking about BLBX, HSCS, PBLA. Is anybody in the chat long those tickers? But I have heard of a few of them already. I know Mark is absolutely he's actually in play here, so he knows what's going down. Thank you, Mark. I really appreciate you looking out for the community like this, and you know that we love to play the volatility game. Okay, so now, Mark, I'm not by any means saying that I am gonna avoid your requests whatsoever. It's just that I owe a few requests from yesterday's stream, and also the stream that and also the early requests are coming in as well. Okay, so please do not take it into any offense if I'm not looking at that into you, because I promise you that I'm still long Tesla. So I honestly need to know what's going on with that ticker as well. Okay, you guys, because I got stopped out already once. And I'm not sure if that other stop is gonna continue, but I didn't trade after I got that 4%. Kenny, what's up, man? Good to see you in the chat. I absolutely saw you in those early requests as well for POWW. We do have a few. Yeah, I have TRKA also in the list. I have a few tickers that I owed from yesterday's stream and also from the early picks. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and go over the list now, you guys. So we're just gonna allow the chat to kind of get get in situated. We're just saying hello to each other, kind of just stepping in first, right? Stepping into the classroom. So let's go ahead and go. Brian, man, thank you so much for that, my dude. I appreciate you. I appreciate you, my dude. And we'll absolutely try to get your ticker request out of the way so we can get a good edge for that coming session. I really appreciate you, man. Thank you for your donation. Hello to you as well. All right, so let's go over the list thus far, guys. It's we're gonna be looking at ticker symbol CRTD, PFE for Pfizer, right? We're gonna be looking at ticker symbol WULF. We're gonna look at VPLM, TSLA. We have MRNA. We also have Sebastian. Are you still by any chance long that ticker SNOA? We have TRKA, CRTD. We already said, so we can go ahead and get that out of the way. All right, good deal, good deal. We have from the ones that I owed, I still have ticker symbol MLGO. Let's see, we have CEOS for Pabon. This was one that was owed yesterday as well. Kenny Powers, POWW. We have NCNA, JUPW, Mara, GTII, of course, guys. I'm going to refer to you. I'm going to actually ask for you guys to please refer to the video that I just released for ticker symbol GTII. Okay, you guys. All right, Sebastian. I'm sorry to hear that, my dude. But we will definitely look at some of those stickers tonight for you. So let's see. You asked for Mara, right? So Mara is definitely something. Audrey, hello. Thank you so much for your donation. I really appreciate you. I noticed yesterday you dropped a very cool sticker too, and I'm not sure that I got a request from you. And it's I can't tell you how thankful I am that you would just drop a donation like that and not ask for anything. But if there's anything I can do for you, please let me know. And if I'm unable to cover it, like in the live situation here, I can always send you an image later too. I appreciate everybody for stopping by. If you are new to the chat, make sure to hit that like button. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, and everything will be good, you guys. Another thing that would help my trading future out is if you did refer to the links in the description below, and you'll see the TradingView affiliate link there, because that, when you use to sign up, absolutely helps me, gets me some points, and it absolutely helps me pay the bill for the TradingView platform, right, you guys? So let me just go ahead and start loading up some of these tickers, because we have quite the road to go, right, you guys? But nonetheless, I do appreciate it, and I love going through these things with you. Okay, it's the art. We gotta appreciate the art for what it is, man. Okay, so CRTD is gonna be that first one. I know I didn't actually release that video today, but there is still some information to talk about. Okay, so I don't know if you remember this actually, but you know what? Let me just go ahead and note the time here of the official start. Right. So CRT. Who was the one who asked? I'm sorry. Who was the one who asked about CRTD? Are you in here by chance? Sorry. I know that CRTD was potentially an early request. Thanks, Mark. I just want to make sure that I have the person here and that knows. Audrey, you're listening and learning. Thank you so much. Are you? The question to you, Audrey. Sorry. Are you a member of the Discord community by any chance? I'm asking. I'm only asking because I'm starting to get a lot of requests regarding charting. Regarding the fundamentals of trading, and like candle analysis, trend lines. I'm getting a lot of requests like that, so I'm trying to find out if you're also a member of the Discord, because that would be essentially the area where I'm going to be releasing a lot of that information and strategies, starting from the very, very basics, okay, which can absolutely help with retouching how the trade happens and how we can approach it from very I'm talking about very, very rudimentary strategies to very advanced strategies, okay? So I want to make sure that all of you are considering clicking on the Discord link, you guys, so that way you are exposed to some pretty good information coming up in the very short term. All right, so let's go. Guys, at some point, I may actually need to just replace my batteries on my mouse, but everything is still looking good. All right, so yeah, so we're going to look at CRTD. Let's go ahead and officially start this analysis at 10:07 p.m. for CRTD. Okay, so I don't know if you guys remember yesterday, I was mentioning that we could possibly be breaking out a little, what I can say is a little premature from this descending triangle, right? So this is a right angle triangle or a descending triangle. So we actually started, thank you so much, my brother, 10:07 p.m. It is, okay, thank you, Audrey. Please, yes, we'll go ahead and touch bases with all those stuff, and we'll get you situated. I appreciate you so much. So yeah, we were talking about potentially breaking out a little too early here, and I thought it was already premature. Remember, guys, that a descending triangle breaks out 70 to 75% of the to the apex of the triangle. Okay, so this was, you know, a good 60%. We don't want to do that. Okay, we want to go ahead and wait till about 70 or 75%, which would arguably be around here. Okay, so the downside continuation that we faced today, I don't want to say that it was expected, because GTII was actually in a very bullish stance and suggesting upside, but the downside is absolutely respecting the typical trading rules of a descending triangle, right? So this does have a price objective, and it usually is taken from the hypotenuse of the triangle, just like this, the top side of the triangle, that is, if you're not familiar with some geometry, and you apply it to the supposed area of breakout. Okay, so if we're going to be perfectly clear here, let's just go ahead and imply this, or apply it to about that 75% point. Okay, so in this case, if we left it right here, we can actually see some direct confluence with that 2.272 at 99.58, and it is very likely that we can actually continue down to the downside here, but particularly to about 64 cents before trading the range, right, until we can actually approach a healthier area for breakout. Let's validate that. Let's go ahead and pull up the momentum represented by the RSI. Okay, so let's see what the 30-minute immediate short-term time frame has to offer for us. Okay, so we definitely have that downside continuation, which is in correlation to what we're talking about already. Good stuff. All right, so now the bi-hourly is suggesting a continuation to the downside as well, approaching that gravitational zone, which is usually about 2% plus or minus of any zone that you're looking at here, 2%, 2%, and so on. Okay, so we are suggesting a continuation to the downside. Remember that the bi-hourly and 30-minute usually live out just pretty fast, as they are immediate short term. Okay, so that 14-day simple moving average has now been crossed to the downside, okay, by the RSI signal being that purple line. As we approach the gravitational zone of the bear weakness percentile, we'll be more and more at risk of a continuation to the downside, which again, it's still very much in relevance to testing the lower end support of the descending triangle. Again, if we're going to be a little more exact, 63.90, but just about 64 cents, right? So let's go ahead and move on to the 6-hour chart and see what we have. So 6-hour is still suggesting a downside continuation, now making a fresh cross below that 14-day simple moving average. Okay, so I can see a little bit of a pivot here, suggesting a potential loss of energy from the bears, which is in conjunction with the limited downside here as well. I have two areas of support here for a reason, okay? This area of support right here is my lowest area that I'm looking at, potentially about 6 cents flat, still within the 6 cent region though. Okay, but my short-term support would be the descending triangle support right at about that 64 cent zone, 63.90 to be exact. Okay, so let's move on to the 12-hour, because usually the 6-hour will trail into the 12-hour, 12-hour will trail into the daily, daily will trail into the bi-daily and 3-day. Okay, so you can see how I kind of use these as like a guide, right? So 15 would trail into 30. 30 would trail into the hourly and bi-hourly, right? Bi-hourly and hourly would trail into either the 6 and 8 hour, 6 and 8 hour into the 12. And that's how you kind of gauge how we're going to move throughout the days. Know that if you're looking at a 5-day chart or a 5-day RSI, that can take maybe a month or two to play out. Okay, which is usually the time frames that I like to see, because those are usually the areas where we're able to see something of targets that actually matter. Okay, you guys. So let's go ahead and now look at the 12-hour. This is still good morning to you, Mr. Zer from Sweden, right, man? It's about what, 8 a.m. now. We can see that we actually faced that upside today and absolutely used that 14-day simple as a rejection and a resistance, okay, before continuing to the downside. All right, so now let's go ahead and move on to the buy daily, see what it has. The buy daily has also used that 14-day as a resistance and still suggesting a downside continuation. But please notice that this is not so significant. This is now starting to potentially show us the beginning of some consolidation, which is very much in accordance to trading a tighter and tighter time frame of the triangle. Okay, so this is all correlation, guys. Remember, correlation is the most important thing for your trade. All right, so now this is a very not a significant downside on the 3-day RSI. Okay, another thing is that we're still within the gravitational zone of the bear weakness percentile, which would essentially mean that we can get pulled right back up. But look at that 14-day simple. That 14-day simple moving average is right at the border, meaning that when we get dragged right back up, we're gonna use it as a resistance and then come back down and then come back up. As long as we're within the gravitational zones, we can consolidate. Okay, so which is very much, again, in accordance to trading a very limited range as it tightens up in this triangle, okay? So CRTD is still suggesting consolidation, and now on the 5-day as well, okay? So as soon as we get some upside sentiment also with the markets and stuff, then we can actually start to invalidate the upper term timeframes downside thesis or consolidation thesis, right? So let's go ahead and save the time and not rate this just yet, because what we're looking at here is, yes, I'm essentially looking at potentially even tomorrow test of about 64 to 63.90, right? And then we face another bounce and essentially trade within the range here. Okay, so first of all, I understand that the range is leading up to 75.64, but we must keep in consideration the previous day high opening of the candle, or the previous day high low. I'm sorry, the previous day's low or wick low. Okay, so the wick low from today which tomorrow is going to be the previous day today, right? So the low is about 66.05 listed right here. I know those are very small. I actually don't know how to make them bigger. I still am searching it. So yeah, that range could essentially be for tomorrow between 63.90 to about 66.80-ish, okay? And then we can essentially do this for a while. Sentiment will essentially invalidate this or validate this. Sora said, good to see you, my dude. Thank you so much for stopping by the chat. All right, you guys, so that CRTD, I'm just expecting sideways trading, guys. That's pretty much all I'm saying for it. And it's not looking unhealthy. In fact, it's building. In fact, it's going to be trading a range of a very healthy formation that can lead an upside move to potentially that 2.272 at about 99.58, so just about a buck. Okay, you guys, so be very patient with what CRTD is doing right now, okay? Another thing to notice here is that in candle analysis, you got to look at some formations sometimes, okay? When you have a green body of a previous candle being engulfed by the forward candle being entirely in red, this is called a bearish engulfing, okay? So I would leave the daily time frame for candle analysis to be my absolute minimum, but this is definitely suggesting a downside continuation, of which I already see we're gonna get right back down to that 63.90, 64 cent zone before a bounce to the upside. And also remember that my lowest target would be between 60.99 to about 60.11, okay? So it's still relevant, but more along these lines is what I'm looking at. This is what I'm eyeballing here, okay, you guys? So let's just be patient with CRTD, but it's still looking very healthy nonetheless. Let's finish off this analysis here at 10:16 p.m. Thank you so much for your request, and thank you so much for your donations more than anything, okay, you guys? Thank you so much, Sebastian Lim. We're gonna go ahead and make this a more serious ticker after this one right here. I got the music down now, my dude. Absolutely forgot once again. Stay on top of the game. Do not drop the ball, my dude. Okay. So, moderators, continue looking at the chat, and we're going to leave this as a no rating because we already know that CRTD and GTII have massive upside potential. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and open up ticker symbol PFE. Okay, we're going to officially start off the analysis at 10:17 p.m. Moderators, continue looking at that chat as I am not paying attention that much just yet. Okay, let's go ahead and open up PFE and see what it is. Okay, let's see what we got. You may have to open up a new chart, but who knows? Let's take a look here. Let's see. All right. So yes, very interesting chart here. Okay, and this is another reason why it's funny that they would be, you know, caught up in this huge scandal right now, right? So, guys, I'm not a fan of what they're saying or what they're doing. Okay. So that we're trading two ranges here. All right, so we have the red formation here that actually respects the inside of the channel right over here, right? But we do have some lower and higher supports and resistances that have absolutely respected the downtrend and have already confirmed that we're definitely within that formation as well. Okay, so let's just go ahead and bring that into visibility so that everyone can be kind of on the same page, right? You see it now? So that is essentially the secondary channel that we're looking at aside from the red channel that we have down here. Okay, so the immediate supports that I'm looking at for Pfizer, which by the way, if you guys don't know just yet, please know that I am short this stock, okay? And I am usually not short anything, okay? But Pfizer using animals, live animals like monkeys and stuff for their tests and also to evolve a virus that we're trying to get over for the last few years that have left us trapped. Not cool. Okay, so yes, I'm going to short them. So I am short this stock, and let's see, I think my position is actually at about 44.01 or 44.10. That's my opening position. So I'm just a little over 1% in the green right now. And this is still suggesting downside, and I can see the support coming in relevance to the 2.272 between 41.69 and the 2.618 at about 41.17, which are absolutely in correlation with the inside channel support. If we're looking at a full-on drop, it would be very much in correlation with the 3.618 at 39.65. Okay, let's validate the downside with momentum. Let's start it off always on the 30-minute immediate short-term time frame. Okay, B, I hope you're in the chat and checking this out, my dude, because our short positions will essentially have a good gain here. All right, so the 30-minute immediate short term is suggesting a downside immediately, using that 14-day simple as a form of resistance and now suggesting that downside. Let's move on. We have the bi-hourly time frame suggesting a downside continuation as well, but please notice that that there's a little bit of loss of the bear strength right here, okay? I'm not sure if that was in respects to something of manipulation or I don't know, but nonetheless, this is may see a short-term upside, but know for a fact that if we do face an upside, it would be very likely for it to find resistance from not only the 14-day simple moving average, which would be right at this point by tomorrow, but also the gravitational zone from the bear strength percentile, which would essentially be a second resistance point and a guide for the continuation to the way down. Okay, let's go to the 6 hour. So the 6 hour time frame is suggesting a little bit of bearish activity. We are using that 14-day simple as that form of resistance. Okay, we are looking at a bit more of consolidation. If you have noticed already, look at how it's moving. Okay, this is very sideways but slightly bearish, right? And it just continues to ladder down. All right, so which is very much something that that short positions or short traders tend to do. All right, so 6 hour leads into the 12. Let's go ahead and look at the 12-hour RSI. Okay, the 12-hour RSI looks to be a little overextended in the oversold percentile, but let's go ahead and just look historically how low we actually are, okay, or how low it can actually go to. So let's make this a little bit of a thinner line, okay, and just take a look. Okay, so first of all, this iteration here from February 22nd down to about 17%. We're at 18.95. We have this iteration back here from August 2019. We reached about 14%. there's still room to actually dive. Here's another iteration, and this is down to about 11.63%. So yeah, there's still room for a continuation to the downside, and seeing that the 12-hour is suggesting a limited downside down to that 11% is very much in respects to either the first area of support that we're talking about, right, at the 2.272, 41.69 to the 2.618, 41.17, or the 3.618 low that we're looking at the 39.65 level, maybe the 3.272, 40.17. Okay, so this is still suggesting that downside. Let's go to the daily. So the daily time frame is absolutely aggressively pitched to the downside and has been using that 14-day simple as a guide. Okay, and as you can see historically, yep, we're landing right now. We're at about 25.39%, and it looks like we still have massive downside to go, particular to this iteration here on August 2019, down to about 14%. Remember, we're sitting at that within 25%. So still massive downside to go here. Okay, you guys. Now let's go ahead and open up the rest of the puzzle pieces so that we can see and gauge that real edge, right, guys? So we're gonna be a little bit in consolidation for the next day, but I urge whoever is still short this stock, the position is actually going to be a little more aggressive in the next day or two. Okay, so particularly to Thursday, maybe Wednesday at the end of the session, this thing is going to continue to the downside. Now the 3-day absolutely in bear strength percentile, suggesting massive downside. 5-day suggesting absolute downside right here. You guys, this is the 5-day is making me believe that the 39.65 level is viable. Okay, so let's see. So moderator Cal L saying, hope they make historic new lows. Pfizer scumbags, absolutely, man. Not cool the way they treat animals. Not cool that they're trying to get us all sick again. I am not about that, you guys. So let's go ahead and now end the analysis for this, because this does not have any upside to go, and it is not me being biased for the shorts. It's just that nothing is suggesting the upside, and that is in momentum. But please remember that yesterday we were also talking about Tesla and SPY and also BTC as well. We saw absolute upside within those, but the sentiment immediately changed their minds. It may have not been Bitcoin. It may have not been the broader markets. It may have been one of the mega caps, that can look at the 15-minute. Okay, it's still suggesting downside. What I'm saying here is no matter how far the stars align, we must always protect ourselves, and we must always practice our risk management, no matter how crappy we are at it, like me. Okay, you guys. So let's go ahead and end the PFE analysis here at 10:25 p.m. for Pfizer, right? So we are not going to rate this, as I am still going to honor not giving favor to the short positions, regardless of me being in it or not. I don't want to encourage more people to have other people lose money. Okay, so in respects to the people who are long Pfizer, which is no disrespect whatsoever, I will not rate it for the shorts still. Okay, you guys, so that is my promise to you. Let's go ahead and continue now with ticker symbol WULF, which is absolutely in correlation, and absolutely, you're very welcome, B. Thank you for your support, my friend. So, ticker symbol WULF is a Bitcoin miner. Okay, so we're going to officially start this off at 10:26 p.m. for ticker symbol WULF. And also, I just want to note here that there's no rating for PFE, no matter how much I am disgusted by them. Okay, you guys, I still want the people to not lose their long positions, because they may not be aware of what has been posted. After all, my reach is not so significant. Okay, you guys, my reach in total is just about 10,000 people, right around there. Okay, so ticker symbol WULF for Cody Bauer. I hope you're here, my dude. I'm happy that you asked me regarding this ticker, because I also was interested and curious as to how that pullback happened. But let's go ahead and officially start this at, what time is it, you guys? 10:26 p.m. Perfect. 10. We're gonna add those timestamps later, guys. That's why I'm noting the times down. Okay. So we do have a preload of yeah, and I think it was this one here that we looked at the last time. So Yeah, Sebastian, actually, you what I can say is that there appears to be a very limited downside here, of course, right? So it's we have this daily time frame RSI. B, thank you so much, my dude. I really didn't expect for you to do that, man. I appreciate that so greatly. Okay, so guys, yeah, what we're looking at here is a few potentials, because the daily RSI is suggesting a limited downside, and as you can see here, we have been using that 14-day simple as a form of support and a guide towards the way up. Okay, so yesterday I did say that we have used one iteration for that test, right, of confirming of validating the newly converted resistance into a support. We did get one iteration of it, but it's not rare for us to actually come back and try it again. We do have a few areas of support like this, for example. The SMA 10, we have it at 97 cents, but please notice that the SMA 100 is at 101. Okay, so if we're looking at the daily chart, the relevance between, or the space between the SMA 100 and the SMA 10 at 97, so 97 to about 101 could be a likely area to find support too. Okay, but if we do fail it like this, right, and then recover it, then that's a way for us to be able to use the 13-day, the 13-day exponential, the SMA 10, and the newly converted resistance into support. Okay, so the reason why I'm saying limited downside is because BTC is currently at a very critical support right now. Okay, so this support line I'm talking about would essentially be in a very discretionary manner. Of course, you guys remember this. Okay, I practice very discretionarily when I'm doing this live. I do not have the edge that I do when I practice mathematical models. Okay, so in this case, my bottom line support is 22,845 closing on. Okay, if we close a minimal, I would like to say 8 hours, but 4 hours may be able to do this because we're already there and it's following a pattern. Okay, this is we usually tend to get like about three formations like this, right, before a recovery. But that doesn't, it's not a rule. It's just usually, right? So in this case, we have this area of support, but it's not only a regular support. This is an inflection point. Okay, this inflection point, it's in respects to key areas of support and resistance from the past. Okay, so if we're failing this with a minimum 4-hour candle, I'm talking about closure, meaning we close a candle, wick and everything below this yellow line at 22,845, then WULF, MARA, and a few other tickers that are Bitcoin miners could also be in danger. But I mean, we're at 22.9, 22.845 is really just a sneeze for Bitcoin because it is in the tens of thousands, right? But still, this is an inflection point that we must eyeball. Okay, so the space between this area, the current price action, we're looking at the CME futures here. Okay, first of all, you should know that this is already closed. It's not moving up and down right now because this only opens up per traditional trading hours. Okay, so I tend to look at this because this is a little more accurate than your spot price action, like Bitcoin in Coinbase or Bitcoin in Binance or KuCoin or whatever that is. So I tend to look at BTC1, right? So the CME futures. This is a more credible area to look at price action versus the spot price action. Okay, so in this case, yeah, this support line must not be broken, and it looks like it's already kind of slowing down. As you can see, this iteration here absolutely had downside to look after. This iteration here definitely is respecting that support. Very different iterations, but very alike. Okay, but this can signal the potential of a continuation to the upside. We just have to not close below this. If we do get that 50 bips, we will fail this. If we get a 25, chances are we'll bounce off it. The relation between the current price action and that support line that I'm talking about is in relation to what I'm talking about right here. Okay, so the supports before a continuation to the upside. The overall take profit for this broadening descending wedge on ticker symbol WULF would essentially be about $1.89 or $1.88. This target here would be in correlation with what I'm looking at for BTC as a upper term time frame move. Okay, I'm looking at potentially $26,000 BTC if we get a good, I'm talking if we get a very good read. Okay, this is my support line here. I'm tracing it. Okay, I'm watching it for the guys who are long on Wolf. I'm watching it for the people who are long BTC. This is my support line right over here. I'm looking at about 26,000 bucks if we do get that 25 BIP and move on to the upside. Okay, you guys. So this is very important that we do get that. If we do get that 26,000, we more than likely will see the range of between the SMA 200. 170 to 188 for ticker symbol Wolf. Okay, so let me just go ahead and make that little bit of a drawing of a box of support, of resistance, right? So that we are all in the same page and we can refer back to this chart. Let's validate real fast. So limited downside on the daily, we already said. Let's go to the 30-minute time frame. 30-minute time frame already suggesting upside, and it looks like limited upside if we are looking at potentially maybe exiting this ticker for now. Then the upside I can see. We actually, you know what, we can do it by range. Okay, so take a fib level from the swing high to the swing low of the day, right? And this could be very much in respects to this area here. We have a couple targets to look at. First of all, 108 could be one of them, right? But always remember that along the side of the knot 382 is the inside of the space between the knot 618 and the knot 382 called the golden pocket. Okay, so when we enter the golden pocket, the range starts to expand a little bit to about that $1.11 area. Okay, so if I were to give you any type of potential out, like I'm talking about an out for the ticker for now so that we don't gamble the money, then definitely look for $1.07 to about $1.11 for that potential exit. Yeah, so that we can gain, maybe gain a lower target for entry. Remember, guys, trading in these conditions is more like a gamble than it is trading per the playbook rules. Okay, you guys, too much economical data. There's no way I can tell you what Jerome Powell has in his thick skull right now. I can't tell you what he's gonna say. Some people may believe that they can. Okay, but I can't. All right, you guys. So I just urge you to maybe consider looking at the upside targets of about 107 to 111 and potentially, taking some risk off the table, if not a liquidation of them all. Okay, so bi-hourly suggesting a downside continuation. So that gives us actually a very small gap in order for us to fulfill that upside. Okay, so let's see. Starting from the 5-minute. Wow. Okay. So guys, definitely look at the early pre-market. Okay. I want you to look at the early pre-market because this is essentially when we may see it. Guys, I never follow Wolf, in the after hours, but does this trade 4 a.m. sessions? Have you guys noticed that by any chance? I'm not sure if it has done that. Right. So, if it is, I would consider gaining that, the exit as soon as possible. Okay, 5, 15, 30, and hourly are suggesting upside. Okay, so that upside is very much in relevance to 107 to 111 before a continuation to the downside, finding a bounce at that SMA 50 at about 99 cents. Sebastian Lim saying yes, it does trade the early pre-market. So make sure to take a look at that early pre-market so we can gain some of that money back. All right, you guys, now let's go to the 4-hour and see what we have. 4-hour time frame suggesting downside continuation, making a very important cross below that 14-day simple, suggesting the downside support as well. Okay, so let's see the 8-hour. 8-hour also making that bearish cross as well. And I assume that it would be recovered in the upper term time frames. Okay, 12-hour suggesting limited downside, just like the daily. And let's go to the buy daily and see. Okay, buy daily, limited downside as well. 3-day limited downside, and it looks like we would be in this area for the next few days for sure. Trading the ranges, not quite capitulating, not quite moving to the upside. This is in consolidation and absolutely indecision because of what's happening in the macroeconomic space. Okay, you guys, so please remember what I'm saying and remove risk if there is risk on the table. Okay, you guys, so now let's go ahead and move on to the next ticker. We are officially ending this ticker at 10:36 p.m. Ticker symbol WULF. Okay, very good stuff, very good stuff. And we're gonna do no rating on this because this is essentially favoring, you know, the side that we don't want to favor, the dark side. All right, so 10:36 p.m. was that, and okay, perfect, and no rating, right? Awesome. So now let's go ahead and move on to ticker symbol VPLM, as it is. I think that was one of the tickers that we were looking at from the early requests. Okay, so what do we have for ticker symbol VPLM? I need a little sip of water right here. Good deal. I have a very sensitive microphone, so I am so sorry if you're on headphones and you can hear me suckling on that on the straw. My goodness. Okay. Right, so VPLM, let's go ahead. Okay, I'm going to officially start that time right now. VPLM is going to be at 10:37 p.m. Okay, so no music going on right now. Good stuff. Good stuff. All right, 10:37 p.m. for the timestamps later, right, you guys? All right. All right. So I know I'm not interacting with the chat right now, you guys. Just go ahead. Moderators, continue viewing the chat as we move along with this analysis. Okay, so VPLM, nice pump. And let's look at the daily, of course, just like we always do, right? We want to start off the analysis on the daily, looking at it on the log chart, logarithmic right down here if you're on TradingView. Why? Because technical analysts are in the belief that the log chart has a slightly different percentage range that of the regular chart. So for that very belief, professionals use the log chart more often than not. Okay, so I am noticing here the breakout out of very important formation already, and it's particular to the maybe even a higher term time frame, but the 5-day is already suggesting that this was a descending triangle. Okay, so the way we can see that is actually it may have been this candle here, and it is in respects to a few areas of support. Very cool. All right, so the support line from this was essentially right down here in every single candle matching that bottom side. And another thing that I should notice, and you should note, is that this is breaking out of 75%. Okay, just like always. Okay, you guys, this is I mean, I don't want to say, I'm sorry, I'm going to take that back. Not always is just a traditional trading rule, you know, for the breakout out of descending triangles to happen at 75% or 70%, right? So the breakout has let's see, this has a price objective. We remember, just so you remember, from the hypotenuse of the triangle, the top side, to the lower end of the triangle, we apply it to that area of breakout, being this candle here. So we'll just move it a little to the side. What's going on here? There we go. And the top side objective is about 662. Okay, so in all respects to what's happening, it's topping out at the high of the triangle, which is respectable already. We can continue validating the upside on this no matter what, though. So let's just take a look at our moving averages as well. Let's load up some SMAs and see what we have. Very, very, very good stuff here. Oh man. So what we're looking at here is on a large time frame. The SMA 10 is crossing the SMA 200, and it looks like the 50-day simple is about to cross that SMA 100, and we're getting very close to the 200 here from both of those. If that happens, you guys, this may continue to the upside even further than what we're looking at here. Okay, so let's go ahead and load up momentum and see what we have in store for this. Okay, so the reason why I load up momentum later, you guys, is because we need to practice. We need to practice our discretionary side with raw price action, volume profile, you know, a formation, some moving averages first, before we can get the suggestions for this. Okay, we must know that first. The discretionary side is absolutely something that I will encourage you to learn before you get the hints from RSI, okay, or from any other momentum-based indicator. All right, so let's go ahead and continue here. Let's go back down to the 30-minute immediate short term to see what we're doing, okay? Very, very nice growth here on the price action, right? So we are suggesting an immediate upside continuation. It looks like that 14-day simple is starting to get pressured by that RSI signal purple line, right? And it looks like we're bound to make that cross happen. Why are we bound to make that cross happen? Well, we are outside, slightly outside of the gravitational zone from the bull strength percentile, suggesting a continuation to that upside. Very good. Okay, you guys. So now let's move on to, and also sitting in the grips of the bull strength percentile. That's another reason why we would cross. Okay, so let's go ahead and now move to the bi-hourly and continue the analysis. Okay, so please notice that the bi-hourly is absolutely bullish right now. And the reason why I'm saying this is because it's in the gravitational zone. All right, of the bull strength percentile, suggesting an upside continuation. Let's move on to the 6 hour and see what we have. The 6 hour still pivoted towards the upside, a little pensive, right? We would like for this to be pivoted, you know, just straight to the upside, but nothing goes perfectly up, right, you guys? So just know for a fact that this is still pivoted towards the upside. We are above that 14-day simple moving average, which is very, very important, right? And suggesting that upside pivot. Let's go to the 12 hour and see what we have. So the 12 hour, oh, look at this, guys, look at this. The 12 hour, let's see what position, mind your position of your RSI signal, the purple line, okay? Always mind that. Let's go to, let's see, 71.93. This is at the border. This is right at that. We want to cross 72, okay? Remember, 2% above any border of any of the zones of the RSI is a gravitational zone, okay? In this case, the zone here is towards the downside because it would, you know, pull us down, right? So in this case, we can we're making that 14-day simple as that form of support and moving very close to the outside of that gravitational zone, suggesting a massive upside continuation. Let's go to the daily. Let's see what the daily has. Also very similar to that 12 hour with that new cross. Great. Bi-hourly, let's see, way above that 14-day simple, and it looks like we have been using that simple as that form of support, right? So let's look historically now that we're in a higher term time frame and see how far we can go up, okay? Because there, look at this iteration here. This was December 2017. We went all the way up to about almost 90%, 89%, and we're currently sitting at about 81. So this still has upside to go, which means that it may very well fulfill that topside target of about 652 before facing a pullback and testing our current highs before a continuation to the upside. Let's go to the 3-day and see what we have. Sean O, thank you so much for your donation. Saying with that donation, you say, just wanted to stop by and say hello. I hope everyone is doing well. Thanks, Arca, for what you do. Sean, that's so kind of you, my dude. You just come by and say hello like that, my guy. Thank you. Please send me a DM or refer to me somewhere in the Discord, and we can go over your plays as well. And I know you're probably gonna be like, no, it's okay. I got you, man. I got you, bro. I got you, Sean O. Thanks, dude. I really appreciate that, man. Guys, so now the 3-day time frame still suggesting a massive upside continuation. I know that there's a little bit of regression here, but remember that this is in the market space is not always accurate for us to follow linear regression. Okay, so the 5-day is still suggesting upside, and it's showing a little bit of weakness to the upside and limited at that. Okay, we are very close to that higher iteration from that December run in 2017, which was at about 86%. We're currently sitting at, let's see, at about 81%. Okay, so we started getting that weakness, and then it started getting that upside. We're getting that weakness very, very much in a similar area to where we did in 2017. Okay, very close to it. All right, so now, guys, this thing is gonna, man, weekly still upside, and the bi-weekly, of course, still upside. Okay, so this is a very good play. This is very interesting, and it's suggesting upside like no matter what, right? Starting from the 5 minute. Okay, so this is a good stuff. It doesn't mean that it's going to be upside indefinitely. Remember, guys, that there's always someone taking profits here. Okay, so if we were to retrace right away, I can honestly give you that. Let's load up some EMAs, and I'll give you that range right now. Okay, so wow, all right. So the only area of retracement that I can see here, other than the fact that we have these candle closure and candle opening here at 351. It would be a range between 351 to about 318 to continue to the upside, but there's no guarantee that this can actually drop that low. Okay, so just please know that this has still massive upside to go. So chat, this is in order to just save time for the last stream, because we are starting a little later than normal. I want to get these chats started at about 9:15 instead of 9:45, right? So let's go ahead and just give this rating right now. Guys, please let me just go ahead and do it real fast for us. But if you feel compelled, I'm willing to listen to your rating right now. Chat, tell me, what are we rating for the longs on this? We're looking at a small float. You know what? Yes, screw it. Let's rate it together, you guys. Sebastian Lim giving this a C+. Market cap is at about 80.14 and a million, and the float is 1.8 billion. Okay, so I hate the capitalization being this low. It's very weird, right? But I would love for this. I would love for this to to have had maybe 500 million minimum, and the 1 billion here is great for a small cap. All right, but it's just the valuation is so weird. So Mark Roach saying D only because it's an OTC. Okay, so in my personal touch, we're gonna go ahead and rate this for the longs right now, right? So in my personal touch, I will definitely have to agree with Sebastian. I am definitely within the C+ range, and the D is not a bad thing. You know what I mean, Mark? I'm just saying that the D is the D rating would be like for example, I have a max loss of about 4% a day, right? So D would be a 2% loss. D minus would be your max loss. D plus would be break even. So C plus has risk and there's still some upside to go, but risky because of the OTC, just like you said. Okay, so let's go ahead and give this a long rating of, like I said, a C+. Okay, so the signals are still leading towards the upside. Please remember, you guys, that it's only my opinion. It does not have to be yours. Okay, I'm sorry, it does not have to be mine. I keep on getting that wrong. Please, I hope no one is getting that. No one is getting offended by that. I really mean when I say that. It's just, if I'm going to rate this, it's just going to be my personal rating. And it doesn't have to be mine ever. Please just merge it along with your strategy and everything will be good, right, you guys? So we're going to officially end this ticker at 10:49 p.m. And we're going to now move on to the next ticker. So this was rated, let's see. So rating long, and that was a C+. Very good, you guys. Thank you so much for your suggestions. Thank you all for your donations and for your cooperation. All right, so that's gonna do it for ticker symbol VPLM, and now we're gonna start off with ticker symbol TSLA. Okay, let's see what we have. So that's gonna be for my dude Mark Roach, and let's officially start it at 10:50 p.m. right? So I'm going to go ahead and just jot it down right here and see what we have in store for it. Yeah. This one was a huge trigger, you guys. This one actually forced me to get my first stop loss of 2. I'm sorry. I think the other stop loss got hit. I haven't checked it. I usually don't check my trades until way later because my systematic approach doesn't. I don't have to look at the charts, guys. I just I leave the group orders in, meaning entry, take profit, stop loss, and several orders of them, of course. And then if they fulfilled, they did. If they didn't, they didn't. I just we have too many things to look out for the community to worry about those small things. Okay, so now ticker symbol Tesla. We were looking at it we looked at it yesterday. Oh, yeah. Okay, good deal. We still have that chart right there. Okay, good stuff. You're holding since 114. Oh, man. Okay. So, very, very interesting retracement here, you guys. We were expecting to get a bounce from the 173.33 area, and the broader markets continued to the downside. I think it was I think the NDX, let's see, or the SPX actually went. I think they went down maybe a point or 2 points. So it was quite the drop. So let's go ahead and revise the play. Okay, so we are looking at a broadening descending wedge, and we are in that upward momentum. Okay, so we are making that per the golden rule of three, like always. 1, 2, 3 test, right? We have that fake out, test of the resistance, capitulation. We test the bottom side of the support, right? The ground or the floor, and we continue on to the upside to the nearest geometrical top. So the geometrical top had us retrace, but our retracement was actually just a little higher than what it actually retraced, right? So in this case, the retracement came back down to very near that not 236 at 165.85, but as you can see here, it was 166.66. And could we find a bounce? First of all, we have to notice that we do have a couple supports down here. We have that SMA 50. Actually, let me make sure that it is. Actually, that's the EMA 30, right? So we have the 30-day exponential moving average landing right down here at about 160.71, where we could potentially find a pretty strong bounce if we get there. And the reason I'm saying if is because there's, first of all, a huge gap down here where we usually use as a form of support, not to fill. Usually we can use this as a support and then bounce, okay? If there is continued bearish price action, then yeah, we would potentially fill this. But what I'm saying here is that my range for support would be between the EMA 30 and the top side of that gap. So 160.94 to the lowest case, maybe 155.06, okay? But let's validate. Let's go ahead and just open up momentum and see what we have. Okay, so we're going to start it off with a 30-minute immediate short term. So this is already a very good sign, okay? So we can see that there is some consolidation happening right now or about to happen, which is absolutely in correlation to what happened here. Okay, so the price action is starting to balance out, meaning that the bears may still, may lose a little bit of that pressure. Okay, so now let's move over to the bi-hourly and see what we have. Okay, bi-hourly also suggesting some consolidation as well. The good thing here is that the RSI signal line is sitting in that gravitational zone of the bull weakness percentile, suggesting an upside continuation. Let's see the 6 hour. So the 6 hour is also suggesting consolidation. Please notice that we have failed the 14-day simple moving average like this iteration back in January 13th, 23, and this iteration here on January 6th, 23, and this one here. We have failed it before, just like we have here, and reclaimed it. Okay, so this is why I'm saying that there are several areas of support below us that we can use as an absolute bounce zone. Okay, like for example, in the 6 hour, whoever's trading the 6 hour is using a combination of the SMA 10 crossing that SMA 200. We're also using the resistance of the EMA 7. Okay, but please know that the SMA 200, even in a 6 hour term, is still a little more powerful than that EMA 7. But the overall power here doesn't come from the moving averages. It comes from sentiment. It comes from people. Okay, so let's move on. Let's get that 12 hour in the picture here. 12 hour already suggesting that consolidation as well. To be fair, this is the first time that we've actually crossed below that 14-day simple, which would essentially mean that we can actually recover it. But please know that we have the support from the gravitational zone, but we do have resistance from gravitational zone and also that 14-day simple. Okay, but if sentiment does turn around real fast, this will absolutely cancel out any consolidation or downside thesis and definitely have this continue to the upside. Okay, so let's continue on to the daily time frame and see what it has. So daily is suggesting a limited downside. Let's see, the buy daily is still suggesting some downside as well. But remember, these trail into each other. Okay, so we're only gauging a type of a general understanding to where we can be. Please notice that the 5-day is still pitched straight to the upside. Okay, so this is where I'm saying that it's temporary. Okay, so we could be facing that bull action a little bit later, but guys, remember that we are essentially gambling these stocks when trading within the macroeconomic releases. Okay, so if we're gonna face, let me see here, if this candle on the daily, let me see what it looks like on the daily, on the buy daily. Okay, so the buy daily 14-hour end. Let's see what the closure time, we don't have that closure. All right, so on the buy daily chart, this is going to be the biggest area, okay? If we do face that downside, like I was talking about, 160, which is absolutely right in that EMA 30 of the buy daily chart, and we bounce from it, great. That's good. Absolutely good. But if we print this buy daily candle in 14 hours, it's going to close, okay? If we print this with a red bar, I'm talking about red body below this green body, then that would suggest that we're going to continue to the downside. And that would mean that we're going to use first the support of the EMA 7 at 150.26, resistance confirmation of the gap at 154.89. Then we'll come back and fill the gap and bounce from that 144.53 and then continue. Okay, we must not close this red candle below, let's see. We must not close it below 160.01. Okay, keep your eyes on that tomorrow. Whoever is long Tesla, keep your eyes on it, okay? Because this, at this point, this could be actually a pretty good scalping opportunity. You can be short Tesla for a short while to hedge against your longs, or you can even get some puts, some cheap out the money puts, and then just make a quick gain, close them out at that 160.01, and then continue on to the upside. But if we close below 160.01, like I said, this would form a bearish engulfing. Okay, we don't want a bearish engulfing on a buy daily. The higher the time frame, and in conjunction with candle analysis, the more likely it is. Higher term time frames equals more weight. Okay, so if we're looking at a bearish engulfing in a 5-minute, not likely going to feel like it would, not likely going to realize the downside like it would on a buy daily iteration. Okay, so that is essentially what I'm looking at for TSLA, and very, very crappy for me as well. But it's okay, you guys. I don't know if I actually got stopped out my other 2%, and just rest assured that that 4% total loss is equal to about in my portfolio would equal like $52 or $48. Remember, I'm trading a tiny bankroll. And yeah, but nonetheless, guys, let's go ahead and finish off the analysis here at 10:59 for ticker symbol Tesla. Very good. And like I said, no rating because this is favoring the dark side. So let's go ahead and do this real fast, and this perfect. So we have the no rating. So let's go ahead and now move on to ticker symbol MRNA. So this is another pharmaceutical, of course, the Moderna, right? So we're all familiar with who they are. So let's go ahead and load up an instance of mRNA. So I'm officially, go ahead and continue the chat, you guys. So we're going to officially start this. Thank you, Mark. 11 p.m. Ticker symbol mRNA. All right. Let's type it in. All right. So let's see. Get a quick sip of water. And let's see what we have this. Okay, guys, this is a bearish setup. Actually, wow, it's a very bearish setup. So I'm just going to keep it on the buy daily because the buy daily is already giving me enough information for me to see that this is going to continue to the downside. And like I said, try to mind your discretionary side first, right? Build up your discretionary side before your systematic side. Okay, so this is what I'm looking at here. This is what's actually, we may actually have to use it like this. Right. So, I see where the adjustment could be. This is a right angled broadening ascending wedge. So we can actually make that adjustment per these candles here. Okay. And the adjustment for this, just a sec, guys. I know I'm just practicing my discretion here. Okay. So yeah, this is essentially the setup that we're looking at here. This is a bearish setup. Okay, so we did break out. So we have, let's see, let's count the tests first. Like always, let's count the tests. We have test number 1 and 2, but I want to see if Oh, okay. So if we do have that test number 1 and 2, 1, 2, and 3, okay, of course it capitulated, right? And it's now testing the current highs. Failed that as well. Usually the third test, remember, I know you guys know this. So usually the third test presents the biggest short position opening in a discretionary trade. Okay, I'm talking about manual trades, not systematic trades. Okay, so if we are facing that third test right now, this capitulation will continue. And also, we have declining volume too, but more on the sell pressure with this particular one here. Okay, so there are some pretty significant short positions here. Huge fake out. Whoever thought we were going to break out was obviously wrong. And let's look at our moving averages and see what we have. But right away, I can give you a few areas of support. That would actually be 174.54 would be the first area of support that I can see for a short-term bounce. Then test our current highs of about 181 or 180 or 187 before a continuation to the way down. Okay, so also, I hate these things, but I'm just going to point it out because a lot of people will end up asking me questions about it. Okay, so what we're looking at is a head and shoulders, right? So I don't like those formations too much. If you're curious as to how I'm doing this, click on your drawing, hold Command or Control for PC, drag with your mouse. Okay, so that's how you can create repetitive iterations of things. Okay, so this is a head and shoulders formation here, and it does have an implied or a price objective, right? So we take it from that top side to the neckline, which is right where I drew my line, right? So that, of course, it's there we go. Okay, so now we apply it right below that neckline, and it takes us to essentially, I'm talking about very, very close to the support line of where we're supposed to bounce from, right? But if I draw a line right at that price objective, notice how much in correlation there is with all of these candle iterations here. Okay, all of these, okay? Very much an area of relevant support. Okay, so we must know that now we have a space or a gap of support. Okay, so we can now imply this as, let's see, 117.87 to 131.04 is essentially a big area of support, more than likely right here at 131.04. This is a huge downside still. Now, of course, remember, I'm not looking at momentum just yet because we're practicing discretion first. Let's load up the moving averages and see what we have. Okay, so on the buy daily, we've already converted the SMA 10 into a form of resistance. You can see that we were even using it as support and bounced right off of that here in this previous buy daily candle on January 26th. And now we have used it as resistance. If we can just zoom in, you can actually see the wick coming right at it. See right there? So we're using it as a resistance and now failing it. Okay, so this would essentially turn or convert itself into the guide towards that way to the downside. Okay, so now let's load up some exponentials and see what we have. So exponential moving average, 7 period is absolutely being used just like the SMA 10, and it's about to cross that SMA 10 to the downside. Very, very typical for us to use this 30-day exponential moving average as a form of support, right? Which is essentially why we got that little slight bounce right here. Some people tend to take profits from their short positions just shy of the target itself, right? So this is moving along per the regular trading book rules just nicely. Okay, so now that we have all this in line and we're now expecting downside based on the price action here, then there may guys, I want to show you something else. I didn't want to show you this because it's another freaking formation, but I feel compelled to do it, and I'm just going to show you anyway. Okay, so this is it's essentially building a pennant as well. Okay, so this or a descending triangle. Sorry, we can consider it a pennant if we did it like this right here. But I think this may be favoring a descending triangle, which is usually a bullish setup. Okay, but like I said. And it's very interesting that it's sharing a similar area of where I was suggesting support my yellow line, right? So let's just validate. Let's validate now with momentum. I just want to give you every trick to the trade so that you can have your discretion on point before knowing what that direction is going to be finally. Okay, buy daily suggesting downside as expected. Okay, so let's just go ahead and now move on, just like we always do, to the 30-minute immediate short term. Okay, you guys, if you are new to the chat, make sure to hit the like button, guys. Make sure to hit that subscribe button as well. And here's what I can tell you about the 30-minute, okay? We have been using it as a form of resistance, and there may not be a difference in this time either, but it's still just speculation. Let's go ahead and move on to the buy daily and continue stacking our validations, okay? So we have huge downside from the 14-day simple on the buy hourly, and we have been using it as a resistance on the way down, right? So it's pivoted very ever so slightly here for a consolidation period on the RSI signal. But like I tell you guys all the time that I don't trust these little pivots. Okay, they usually end up failing. Okay, so in this case, now let's go ahead and move on to the 6 hour and see what we have. So 6 hours suggesting a little bit of consolidation as well. Please notice that we are outside of the saving grace, okay, with that saving grace being the gravitational zone at about 38%, and that 38% is right over here, just so you can be, there we go. So, oh my goodness, there's that 38, and look where the signal line is sitting. Okay, we are well within the grips of the bear strength percentile. Moving average suggesting downside. Very likely this can continue to the downside. Let's go ahead and see the 12 hour. The 12 hour also suggesting a continuation to the downside. But again, mind your RSI signal. Look at the percentage it's sitting on, 41.90, within 2%, okay? That means that we are in the gravitational zone and bound to get crossed here, okay? Also notice that the SMA 200 on the 12-hour time frame is very much in correlation with the descending triangle support bottom, okay? So this means that there could be a type of bounce here, okay? It could be suggesting some consolidation, and then we can later decide whether that upside or downside is going to continue. This price action is very much in I think it's in sympathy to what's happening to the broader markets as well. Okay, so just definitely keep that in mind, your broader markets as well. Okay, so here's where it starts to get very serious. The daily time frame is suggesting a nosedive. I'm talking about approaching the gravitational zone in an aggressive downside manner, suggesting nothing but downside here. Okay, buy daily we already saw, and it's suggesting downside as well. 3-day suggesting a downside as well, very close to a nosedive in that critical zone. This is the gravitational zone, suggesting more downside. 5-day also making a very important bearish cross here below the 14-day simple, suggesting a continuation to that downside as well. Guys, Moderna is looking very sketchy. Okay, so know for a fact that my short-term ranges still stand. Okay, that would be essentially about the 171.35 to about 174.56 within the next few days. Okay, you guys, so be very careful with your long positions if you are long mRNA. Okay, you guys, but that is going to do it, and this is obviously favoring the dark side. Right now, the sentiment is just negative right now, you guys. So let's go ahead and officially end this at 11:09 and continue on to the next ticker. This has no rating for the position. So now, guys, let's go ahead and now look at ticker symbol TRKA. I know a lot of people have been requesting that ticker, and we have looked at it in the past once or twice, but I haven't actually followed up with it, and I'm actually not sure of what it's doing in the first place. Okay, so as I haven't looked at it, right? So I have an edit 1 already, which means I started an analysis on this, and I'm not sure why I didn't continue it, but let's take a look at the smaller term time frame. So I'm going to officially start the analysis for TRKA. Go ahead and mind the chat, moderators. I know that we are still moving along fast, but I just want to try to get as many of these tickers out of the way so that we can get an opportunity for everyone, or as many people as we can, right, you guys? So officially starting, I got you, Lone Wolf, man. I told you I was going to try real hard, my bro. All right, so this is 11:10 p.m. for ticker symbol TRKA. Good deal, good deal. Let's go ahead and start it, you guys. So, right. This already looks very familiar. Man, I haven't seen this in a while. In fact, I was calling a downside here with this rising wedge. The downside did happen. It didn't meet the target that it needed, but it still fell. The upside followed our ranges very nicely too. Oh man, it actually went into our top side target. I see why the interest is in TRKA. Okay, I like it. I'm not gonna lie. I'm very much a fan of it so far because the price action is making some very gradual moves to the upside, and that is important to notice because it's important to notice this because we don't want explosive price action. You want a chance to get out. Okay, so let's go ahead and, I mean, my ranges are still kind of sitting here, but let's just go ahead and block the visibility from the SMAs as well as the EMAs, right? And I'm just going to go ahead and clean this up just a little bit so that we're not distracted by those other lines as well. These supports, the ranges that we're talking about, they're still being respected is because whoever was trading it long from when we were looking at it down here is still, or here, wherever we were, right? They're still trading that range, and or the systematic traders still have their take profits within these ranges. Please, I mean, notice the relevance in the ranges here from today. Very, very curious stuff, okay? Very important candle print right here. And the reason why I'm telling you it's an important candle print is because this is essentially a hammer candle at the bottom of a trend. I know the wick went all the way down here. This could have been the reversal candle on its own. This is a secondary continuation candle towards the upside. And printing this candle like we did today, this is essentially the validation candle for a continuation to the upside. Again, practicing first the discretionary side before we can get the recommendations from, or the suggestions, right, from our indicators. Okay, so in this case, we are still suggesting that upside per the close of this very bullish candle. Okay, now let's load up SMAs and see where we are in the daily. We have converted that SMA 10, the green line here, we have converted it into a form of support. And if you can actually, there we go. If you can actually see the visibility of that SMA 10, you see it there blinking in and out on the green candle. It's literally right up here. Okay, so when we click on it like this, come on, I want to just show you what I mean. Okay, we're not going to get it again. Cool. There. It's right at the support level now of our secondary range, right over here. So we have support if we were to come back down, okay? So let's load up the EMAs and see if we have anything near us, okay? So now this is now giving us a higher, yet again, a higher support. Okay, we're looking at about 1704. So this is another likely area for support if we go down. Okay, we have turned a lot of time frames into support, which is, a lot of moving average time frames into support, which is a very bullish thing. The upside target would naturally be at that SMA 100 on the daily chart at about 2401. So it's looking very good nonetheless. Okay, so I know sometimes when we actually start to break market structure with a huge candle like this, downsides usually start to look more appealing, right? But we have to validate with momentum. So let's go ahead and now load up RSI. Okay, so let's see what it has for us. And like always, we're going to start off with the immediate short-term time frame. Okay, so immediate short-term is suggesting a downside, but looking at the downside here, being that it's so zigzaggy and very much not so convincing, the relevant support on the immediate short term would be about 17.93 or 18 cents, meeting the EMA 30 and the SMA 100. Okay, so let's move on. By hourly, is suggesting consolidation, which is very much in accordance to what the 30-minute is doing with a very limited downside. Okay, as well, we're sitting within the gravitational zone of the bull weakness, which means that we can be pulled back up. So the bi-hourly is suggesting that consolidation, and let's go to that 6 hour. Okay, so 6 hour also suggesting consolidation. The good thing here is that we're well within the bull strength percentile. The bad thing, like always, guys, is that we are beneath that 14-day simple. Let's go ahead and move on to the 12 hour and see what it's got. So the 12 hour now has the 14-day simple below us. It has an upside pivot, which is very important for us to notice. Okay, and also please notice that this that the pivot of the RSI signal is still suggesting some sideways trading. The good thing is that we're in the grips of the bull strength percentile, suggesting upside. Very good. Daily, and okay, so so the downside that we're looking at, or sideways consolidation stuff, is very, very short term. Loading zone could be at about 1793 to about 18. Okay, before a continuation to the upside. We'll get some targets right now that I'm sure this is going to land at maybe the 1.272 or the 1.618. This is a massive candle. Actually, this may be the not 618. But let's go ahead and notice for a fact that we're using that 14-day simple over and over and over again as a form of support before a continuation to the upside. I hate that we have this RSI with this, hold on, let me just load up a new iteration because I updated it. There we go. Okay, so now it's brighter. Perfect. Okay, so now the buy daily, what is this suggesting for us? Buy daily is suggesting a continuation to the upside, and it's also being suggested by the 14-day simple. Nice, it's healthy. 3 days suggesting an upside continuation as well. That pivot is starting to turn on the 14-day simple moving average as well. Good stuff. All right, so we have a limited upside here, but that doesn't, remember I just told you that the 5-day takes a month or two to play out. So yeah, just know for a fact that this still has massive upside to go. So let's go back to the daily and imply some topside targets. Let's see what we have. Let's load up some fibs and see what we have in store for this. Okay. I thought it was the not 618, but no, sorry guys, it is for in fact the 1.618. My discretion took over and I got a little too into it, right? And my instinct was actually taken over, but it's landing perfectly at the 1.618 like we were talking about, right? So very likely after about a day of consolidation, we can actually see an upside continuation for TRKA to about that 1.618. Will very likely retrace, right, to the current highs of about 20.99 or 21 cents. Before a continuation to the upside, we have to validate that upside later. Okay, but my immediate target right now would absolutely be, I'm going to honestly give you between the 1.272 at 22.33 to the 1.618 being the more likely target to reach. This SMA 10 may actually reach down just shy of the 1.618, potentially around 23.44, which would essentially be the 1.618 touch before a retracement. Okay, a lot of people waiting for that exact penny. Be careful. Watch your longs. Okay, so TRKA definitely has some good within it. Looking at the, let's see what the market cap. Market cap is 10.6 million. And the float is a tiny 43.91 million. Okay, so this is obviously high risk. Okay, you guys, but chat. Go ahead and tell me what you're thinking. What are we going to rate this for the longs? You're very welcome, Lone Wolf. I got you, my dude. I remember you support me all the time, and I wish to do the same for you. Okay, my dude. So Sebastian Lim giving this a C+. Very, very, very much in tune with how the trade is going. I agree. I think I agree with both of you. Mark Roach giving this a C+ as well. And to tell you the truth, guys, I am also going to have to rate this around there. Lone Wolf giving this a B. Lone Wolf, if this thing had a 500 million market cap and we had the float also 500 million or 1 billion, then I would actually give this a B+, to be very honest with you. So because the upside is pretty imminent, and it's suggesting the upside nonetheless. But because it's so small and the valuation is very small, we have to watch out with the fact that anyone with like 10 grand can essentially either pump this to the upside or downside. So the risk is very, very real on TRKA, but everything is suggesting upside. So that's where I would have to actually favor a C+ rating for this. So we're just going to go ahead and remember, Lone Wolf, remember that it doesn't matter what I think. It actually should matter how you feel. Oh, look at this. Lone Wolf saying they have some deal with Blue Torch coming up. My man. So if there is remember, guys, I never practice fundamental analysis, but I can tell that this thing has upside to go, right? I always tell you that to look out for the more important fundamentals. Like I've mentioned this before. I say acquisitions, mergers, partnerships, right? Maybe even share buybacks, like Cal has actually mentioned to me before. Things of that nature that are very, very, that bring the sentiment up. Those types of things we have to keep in mind. Lone Wolf absolutely bringing this into the picture. And to tell you the truth, this may be the first time that I can rate a high-risk asset into a C+ to B-. Okay, so I would honestly give this a buy rating of, let's see, buy rate, of course. C+, thank you for that, by the way, dude, because a lot of people are either going to make a killing on this because of your information, because of your generosity, right? Or not, if you don't go into it. So this is my first buy rating for a high-risk asset, C+, B-. And this absolutely has some upside, okay? You guys definitely keep that in mind. This is where we're officially ending. Ticker symbol TRKA. Thank you guys for requesting this ticker. This is absolutely something that we should keep in mind. Right, 11:22 p.m. and long rating of, like we said, buy rating C+, B-. Okay, good stuff. I love it. So finally we have some good news and a space to be able to make a good gain in the market. So now referring back to the early requests, because I'm sorry. Referring back to the owed tickers from yesterday's analysis, I still have CEOS in the picture. Okay, a lot of people have been requesting that too, and I haven't been able to get to it just yet. But tonight is the night. And I don't know if Pabon, if you're still listening in there, buddy, but if you are, this one is for you. And I know you've requested it twice, but this time I will get you. Okay, so let's see what we have. Oh, so this thing was actually something that I looked at. I had several edits of this. Good stuff. I love that I have preloaded things. Oh, this is this one. All right. So in the macro scale, we're going to touch on first, but I'm not starting it just yet. Hold on. I'm going to go ahead and load up the other iteration because this will make it a lot easier for me to move along one ticker, right? So did I just load up? What was it? This was edit 1. Let's load up edit 2, and then we will move on. Okay, perfect. Let's see what we have. Oh my goodness, man. This thing absolutely met those targets just like we said, right? Wow. Oh, wow. This is... Guys, so what I'm essentially going to be doing here is I'm creating posters. I'm creating posters of like the trades that I have done, right? So, and this being one of them, I'm gonna essentially have it like this. Put the Arca signature here, the Arca Bulls logo here, and the collection is going to be called Correlation. And why is it Correlation? Is because I can't tell you how many broadening descending wedges I've traded. I mean, COSM is one of them, COSM is another one that's essentially that, right? So this is another one. So correlation in a bear market is essentially what I want to bring to light, and how we should trade a bear market versus trading a bull market. Okay, so it's educational and entertainment all in one shot. Okay, so this is essentially a sticker or poster that's going to be created. But yeah, so remember, guys, the rules. Okay, let's go ahead and start this analysis off officially at 11:24 p.m. Ticker symbol CEOS. All right, let's begin. So let me just minimize or optimize the visibility, right? So what we're noticing here is a broadening descending wedge, and it has fulfilled the test number 5 breakout. Okay, so I'm not about to go into why we failed number 4, but trust me when I say that there was a reason why we failed it here and faked out. Okay, so we got that number 5 test. We broke out and look at this. We went to the moon here. We went to 3 cents from 202 to 355, right? So wow. So we went all the way up there and then retraced to come back, and of course, you guys, test our newly converted resistance into support before a continuation to the upside. Where is the take profit for the broadening descending wedge? Well, it's always at the genesis of the formation. And as you can see here, we actually used that as a resistance, and then we came back. So this was an absolute success on the broadening descending wedge. This is the epitome of a broadening descending wedge at its finest. Okay, this is the realization of it, and this is how it's traded per the playbook rules. Okay, you always find the take profit at A. But where are we going? Okay, because I noticed here that we were going to essentially make that upside, right? We're going to retrace to literally where I said we were, and then we were going to continue on to the upside and use this as resistance again. This as resistance being the take profit zone, but it may very well be closer to the top side of the 638 region rather than 547, where I was suggesting we were going to end up from down here. Okay, so this is just to show you guys that this is me not being able to tell the future. This is just me following the rules. Guys, if you don't know how to play basketball, then why would you play Kobe Bryant in his court for $1 million? You're going to lose. You know what I mean? So if you don't know the rules, if you don't know how to play basketball, and you're also 743.5 pounds overweight, there's no chance. There's no chance, guys. So please bear in mind to know the rules of the game so that you can be able to gain that true edge. All right. So what I can tell you is that on the bi-daily chart, we have a huge indecision candle. This is called a spinning top doji. Okay. We still have 13 hours and 47 minutes to close this candle iteration. But if it does close in this manner, it's an indecision, meaning that we have to validate validate a support for a continuation to the upside is what I'm trying to say. Okay, you guys. So let's validate. Let's bring up the SMAs. Let's see what we have. Okay, so very important touch right here, because I'm sorry, I'm not even sure why I changed my color here. All right, so the SMA3, as you can see here, is the 100-day simple. Okay, so I don't understand why I have it this color, but I'm gonna go ahead and put that back into the light blue. Super confusing. All right, here we go. So the SMA 100 has now been converted into that area of support, and we've used it now 2 times. Okay, two-day iterations, which is pretty powerful. And also notice that the SMA 200 is now sitting right above us and right at the target where I'm telling you that we can use as a form of resistance. Okay, so this is very likely to where we can literally fulfill the same arrow that I told you that we were going to do. Okay, except in this area, we would actually just make it a little higher. All right, so the upside is still a little more favorable based on the price action. Another thing that you can notice here is that if you go down to the daily, or actually, you know what, the bi-daily may actually be forming that. Both the bi-daily and 3-daily in 3 days, may be forming another silly formation, a bull flag. Okay, so this is still suggesting upside even by some sentiment, psychology. It's also forming the upside based on relevant moving averages and raw price action. Also, we do have an uptick on buy volume as well. And as you can see, the sell volume has drastically dropped on the bi-daily time frame that is going to end soon. So this is signaling that the bears may already be exhausted. Okay, know your metrics as a discretionary measure first before you can practice your systematic measures. Okay, know your candle analysis, know your volumes. Okay, know your areas of support and resistances. Take a look at the psychological or fundamental things that would incline a trader to be short or long a stock, right? Based on your traditional rules of tests, right? And then know your geometry. Okay, bring up your fib levels and use prior day swing high to swing lows, or same day swing high to swing lows to gain a price objective. Okay, these are all very important things to look at. Okay, the Brazil show CRTD was covered at 10:07 p.m. today. You can actually see my right up here. You can see the time. So at 10:07 I covered it. Definitely refer to that. Thank you for stopping by the way. Good to see you. All right, so let's validate the upside now with momentum. Now that we have that bias. Okay, so as expected, the bi-daily is suggesting upside. So let's go ahead and now start off with the immediate short-term time frame, just like always. Thanks to Brazil show. Appreciate you. All right, so 30-minute immediate short-term suggesting upside as per expected. Okay, let's go to the bi-hourly. Bi-hourly time frame suggesting upside as well. We are now outside. We have to mind the position of the RSI signal being the purple line. Okay, we are outside of that gravitational zone, suggesting a continuation to the upside nonetheless. Okay, so this is very good. Let's move on. 6-hour time frame. So the 6 hour is suggesting some slight consolidation here, and we still have the 14-day simple moving average suggesting upside. We are in, we are in the gravitational zone right. Man, are we there? Let me see the percentage. 61, yeah. Almost tricking me out here. Yeah, we are well within the gravitational zone that can favor the downside here. But just like we did on this iteration here, look at this. We've just bounced off of that gravitational zone. It looks like we're facing resistance from that same gravitational zone on the opposing side. And we could be looking at a validation of support, which is typical after making such an impulsive move to the upside. Okay, so let's go ahead and move on to the 12 hour and see what we have. So 12 hour already came back down and now used. This is what I mean by sometimes telling you that we're going to face the support from not only the 14-day simple, but the gravitational zone. This is that example. Okay, I'm happy that I was able to finally show you. Instead of just tell you that it's going to happen in the future, here I can show you. All right, so this is literally happening in real time. All right, so we're facing that support from the SMA 14, suggesting a continuation to the upside. RSI signal sitting at 68%. We are definitely in that gravitational zone and more than likely going to continue to the upside. Daily time frame is also using that 14-day simple in the gravitational zone, suggesting upside. Good deal. Bi-daily in the gravitational zone with an upside pivot. I would like for the upside pivot to be a little stronger, but nonetheless, we're still in the gravitational zone. We're very likely going to get pulled right up. All right, so the 3-day time frame also suggesting some upside. The good thing here is I hate these little pivots, okay? But the good thing is that we're outside of the gravitational zone, so there's likely or very less likely, right? Some downside risk. And the 5-day. Suggesting a limited downside. Okay, so that is very much in respect to the SMA 100 at about 783. Okay, so what I'm talking about, a limited downside being the 3-day showing that upside, and the 5-day showing the downside, which means the weekly would also be wow. Actually, never mind, man. So this thing may find a small pullback at that. Yeah, correction, guys. Small pullback at the 773. To the current highs of about 639, continuation to the upside. This is very bullish. I'm wondering why CEOS has made these upside moves, because this is macro scale upside. Wow, look at the monthly making a very important, oh, look at this, 13 hours, 41 minutes, monthly candle closure, and this is an absolute beat. Oh man, hammer candle at the downside right here. Guys, when we start to get into predictive analysis, it would literally be on the monthly minimum. Okay, so this candle closing, if this candle closes above, let's see, I'm going to give you the range. I'm going to give you the overall range. Okay, so we're looking at this touch point here and the opening of this candle here. If we close above 365, 0365 in 13 hours and 40 minutes, this is validation for a reversal, a full-on reversal in play. Okay, so this will continue to the upside, and that's why we're getting all those suggestions from momentum. This is very, very good. Okay, so what is the market cap on this? Super tiny. Man, this is so high risk. But guys, I'm telling you, when you get into predictive analysis, not forecast, predictive, you have to look at your monthly. Minimum monthly, okay? And the reason why I'm excited about this is because this must have taken forever to make a cross above the 14-day moving average and now entering the gravitational zone of the bear weakness, suggesting an upside continuation. Guys, we have been below the 14-day simple moving average, I kid you not, since 2021 June. Okay, and we're finally making that upside above it January 2023. Guys, it took 2 years for us to finally move upside the 14-day. Very, very interesting, but this is super, super high risk. Okay, very, very high risk. This can, 5 cents, you guys. Literally, anyone could come in here and throw $20 at this and it'll go, wow! Okay. Cal L saying his kind of trade. Cal L, do not get dunced. All right, anyway, no, I honestly think this has upside, bro. I honestly do think this has upside. But like always, you guys, What chat? Go ahead and chime in. What are we rating this? Okay, are we gonna have a loading zone first of all? Everything is suggesting upside from the 5 minute, just like in ticker symbol WULF, right? But please remember that there's likely going to be some type of pullback soon. But I can't say exactly when because everything is pitched to the moon. So Mark Roach, D-, you're talking about max loss here. So very conservative of you. I like it, man. It's not a bad rating whatsoever. Okay, but chat? Go ahead and chime in. What are we rating this for the longs? Okay. And to tell you the truth, it's just so high risk, and you can see this thing is also algorithmically traded. But the upside is I'm not sure if they're pouring in their own money. I'm not sure if they're pouring in their own money to gain sentiment over this, right? So Sebastian Lim giving it a C-. Very good, very good. Okay. So Amy, what's up? So Arca was dead on. It worked for me. So okay. So you did gain the entry on CEOS from way down there. David Parr. No, I have not been drinking, guys. If some of you may know already, but I have just a terrible case of acid reflux. In fact, I don't know that I can drink before like ending up at a hospital or something. Guys, so I very rarely drink. Okay. Very, 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 very rarely. Okay. But, guys, I'm going to go ahead and give this a solid C because this is very high risky, right? There's upside to go and, all the technicals are there. So, oh man. Oh, David, you're talking about Mark Roach saying you drinking, bro. All right, you guys. So let's go ahead and make sure that the longs know that we have traded this a solid C, guys. If this had a higher market cap, higher valuation, and also a bigger float, man, this would be a B+. All right, but it doesn't have a higher float. All right, so that's why we're gonna go ahead and long rating this a C, a solid C. For you, see? I told you it was going to go up. All right, good stuff. Let's go ahead and officially end this analysis for ticker symbol CEOS. 11:38 p.m. Man, this thing has just been rocket shipping to the upside. I'm telling you, this deserves to make a whole poster, a whole Arca Bulls poster. Okay. All right. So long rating, a solid C. Okay. Please remember that I'm going to be adding the timestamps and the ratings in the description below in just a few hours after we finish this stuff, right, you guys? So now, guys, I'm gonna have maybe room for about 2 more tickers. Okay, so we're gonna look at ticker symbol MLGO next. Okay, so that was these are now getting into. I've been trying to mix and match them, right? The early requests versus the ones that I owed yesterday. So I'm going to still owe a few tickers for the next live stream as well. Okay, so this is going to be for Steven in the Arca Bulls Discord, okay, with the early requests asking for ticker symbol. What was that again? MLGO. I don't have a load for that one, so this is going to be a brand new one, okay? Mark Roach saying, I'm at work. I wish I could drink at work. My dude, who doesn't drink at work? I'm just kidding, man. Do not take me, who doesn't drink at work, as financial advice ever. All right. So. Thanks, my dude. So we're officially going to start ticker symbol MLGO at Mark Roach telling me 11:39 p.m. George T, good up, man. What's up, man? So what up, Arca? This is like the third time someone said you was drinking. It's just positive vibes, chat. No, he was actually talking about Mark Roach. Moderator Mark Roach was accused of drinking, not Arca. I love it, guys. But in all reality, I promise you, I wish I could pop a drink with you guys. But I want to pop a Tony Donaro right here with a huge cigar and stuff. But I can't do that. I can't do that because my child is outside. I don't want him to smell all that stuff. And I also have acid reflux. So smoke and drinking, very much not a good thing for Arca, okay? David, I hope that I am a good man. I'm also looking out for my longevity, which also benefits James too. So James is my toddler. All right, so yeah, let's go ahead and load up ticker symbol MLGO MLGO. Okay, so where are we? Where are we? Oh my goodness, guys! I just want you to know that I have two keyboards in front of me. One for the massive laptop in front of me that gives me the the ratings and all that stuff. The left screen, which is my main computer, is the chat with the control for the music, right? And on the right screen is this, right? Our analysis. So I need a bunch of screens all the time. And I'm typing on the wrong keyboard. All right, anyway, so MLGO, guys, we have been moving through these tickers in a very, very comfortable rate. I actually owe it to my wife not to get, I owe it to my wife not to get to the, to like 1 a.m. like we did yesterday. She was very, very tired. Okay, so MLGO, micro algo. Okay, you don't want to ever see algo in a title. I'm just kidding, guys. I'm just kidding. Wow. Oh, wow. All right. So does anybody know? Did we look at this once already? No, right? This looks like Redbox. RDBX, that old ticker that's now Chicken Soup for the Soul. All right. So 11:41 p.m. Thank you, Mark. Ticker symbol MLGO. Good stuff. Thank you, bro. Appreciate you so much. Okay, so does anybody know why this capitulated why did it go to the moon? Wow, it went, did it really go from 10 to 71.50 and then it dumped to $1? What? Guys, I hope nobody in the chat is right now telling me that they're long on this at $48, okay? I will dunce you. Man, Cal-L, moderator Cal-L saying this ticker is on the hook. I'd say, look at this, man. Look at this. Okay, this is just Captain Hook at its finest here. Okay, so wow, just can't even see what happened in the price action before. Well, it's shocked, to tell you the very honest truth, you guys. So I get limited with things like this, because what I mean by shocked is that the moving averages were all, favoring a natural ebb and flow, right? And then out of nowhere, then we have this Asian fan over here. Okay, so it's just this is insanity. So I'm only gonna be able, and then it gapped up still. Man, guys, this is like if you lost once, right? You think that MLGO Steven, if you're in the chat, I will dunce you. All right, man. Out of Beso Amy's price range, you guys. Okay, so yeah, it does look like COSM post split. It definitely did do that. But as you can see here, no split, no reverse split. This thing literally fell to the ground on no news with this massive, massive candle. Let's see what the volume was on this. 10 million, okay? In a typical trading day for this, let's go back to one over here. 2,000. Wow. Very interesting ticker. Okay, you guys, so enough with the speculation. Where is it gonna go? Mark Roach giving us the information. MLGO announced that it has entered into a definitive agreement for the issuance and sale of 2.6 million private units at $1.20 per unit. Wow, okay, so each unit consisting of one ordinary share of the company. Damn, that's some news. Okay. All right. Well, let's do our best. I gotta, Steven, man, I don't know. He put the early request and he's not here. He's not present, but it's okay. Steven, this is very limiting for me. Okay. And I can honestly say that I would stay away from trades like this because this type of price action is essentially gambling. Okay. So let's go ahead and open up momentum because the price action essentially flashed. Essentially flat. Okay, all of this flashed every time frame into up and down to where it's no longer favoring its like years of trading. I'm talking since 2021, right? So the last 3 years have been invalidated now, right? Because of this enormous price action. I'm not even sure what it is. Guys, what did you do with my ARC RSI? My goodness, man. Oh God. We don't even see it here anymore. Cal, did you remove my access to my RSI, to my personal RSI? Okay, did you do that to me? All right, so I don't understand why the RSI is still here in CEOS but not on my side. Okay, very, very, very unfortunate. for Arca. Okay, so we want to see the ARC RSI in here as well, but we don't see it. What is going on? Guys, you're going to watch me practice with a very normal RSI now. Okay, so let's go ahead and not... Oh, okay, never mind. I refuse to work with a normal RSI forever. This is you're gonna see my stuff right now. Okay, so let's go to the Pine editor and open up. Let's open up the ARC RSI. So where are my scripts over here? My goodness, do we have any RSI thing in here, guys? Who is doing this to me? That is not cool. What? Not even my RSI is in here. What happened? Okay. All right, so it is going to be a regular RSI. I guess it is. No problem. Let's go ahead and open up. Let's see. RSI. Any relative strength index will do, okay? So RSI candles, RSI divergence. Are you kidding me? Are you seriously kidding me? There it is. All right. So standard RSI, guys, 14-day simple. And the RSI signal, right? The thing is that we don't have the bull lines and the bear lines like I have my immaculate setup. I'm happy that you guys have yours, but Arca doesn't have his. All right, so let's go to the 30-minute immediate short term and see what it's got. Okay, immediate downside on the 30-minute time frame. This is very, very aggressive. Okay, so there could be a touch in the immediate short term to it tends to disappear. What the hell? That's not good. Okay, 229 would be my bottom side support in the immediate short-term time frame. Let's go to the bi-hourly and see what's got. Okay, so yeah. Up here, guys, you would know that it's my RSI when it says ARC-RSI for ARC Relative Strength Index. Okay, bi-hourly suggesting a downside continuation, and it actually rejected from the gravitational zone. Okay, so this is pretty aggressive. Okay, so again, this is going to favor the SMA 50 at about 202 if the downside continues as aggressive as it is. Let's go to the 6 hour. The 6 hour is suggesting a downside continuation as well, but in this case, it's now starting to look a little limited. Okay, please look at the RSI. Doesn't, like, where is it? Okay, we don't even know where the RSI is past this point because of the flash that I'm telling you. That's what I mean. It's like I'm very limited to just a little bit of space here. And also, I don't know what's going on with this ticker. Okay, nonetheless, we have a limited downside here, and for the 6 hour too. Okay, but let's move on. 12-hour time frame suggesting a limited downside too. It could be in relation to the SMA 10 at about 222. So that area is still being rhymed. Okay, so I'm going to give you a range of about $2.11 at the top side of this gap here. Right, so this top side would be $2. Let's do 210 to about $2.21, where the SMA 10 is before a continuation, if there is one. Okay, and now the daily time frame. Wow, the daily time frame is sitting in the gravitational zone. Okay, so we're well within that gravitational zone, suggesting a continuation to the downside, but it looks limited. So that limited could be in respects to covering the gap on the daily. Okay, this is a daily gap. Let's make that range here. So this is your psychological component here. Okay, so the bottom side, let's see, $1.86 could be your lowest area, meaning that it could wick down to this 185 before using actually the $2 zone of the SMA 10. Okay, so this is suggesting a covering of that gap first before a continuation. Okay, so the buy daily is actually giving us a downside continuation, but it's very limited. So this is not an aggressive downside. So it's still looking okay. But guys, this thing was probably pointed up when this happened. Okay, so this is why I'm saying that this is high risk right here, and this is essentially gambling. Okay. The technicals are only going to give us so much information at this point. The 3-day has converted the 14-day simple moving average into a support. Okay, so it's still, I guess it's good that it turned that into that, right? I guess it's okay that it turned it into a support, but still, guys, this is not okay. All right, so be very careful. The downside is limited here. This is the 3-day is suggesting only a covering to the 246 zone, but I would honestly have to favor the daily here into covering that gap. 5-day SMA 10 was used as that form of resistance, and now suggesting an upside continuation. So there is some downside here that we're going to face. Downside / consolidation for at least 2 weeks before an upside. Okay, but remember that this has a lot of psychological implications applied to it. So the upside can literally just rocket ship and then sell off immediately. Like your account will literally go $1 million and -4. Okay, so be very careful with this. Okay, so I don't want anybody to actually, if I can just be clear, guys, those of you who are still in the chat right now, do not trade this. Okay, please stay away from this this ticker. This absolutely has a good sign of growth, right, and everything, but this is so sketchy. It has literally removed all historical value from the trade. Like everything got really flashed here, right? So please be very careful. So basically, Amy saying this was rated Reddit YOLO. For real, guys. Yeah, Mark Roach quoting me. Your account's gonna go to $1 million and then -4. So you don't want that, okay, you guys? So you'll be rich for a split second and realize that you have financial freedom before MLGO just hands it to you real quick and says, "Nah, I'm just kidding, bro. I can't do that to you." All right, guys, don't trade this ever. All right, so we're going to stop the analysis on this, and we're not going to rate this out at all. Okay, Steven, I will dunce you. I hope you made money on this. Okay, so let's go ahead and officially end this at 11:52 p.m. because this chart is absolutely awful, and this is a great example of what I wish for you to stay away from. Steven, I love you, but stay away from this, okay? And this is going to be rated no rating / Beso Amy Reddit YOLO. Okay. You'd be surprised. You're gonna find it funny, Amy. You're gonna find it funny when you see it. When you see it posted in the description below. Ah, man, it's gonna be all in respects to you. All right. Anyway, so that's gonna do it for tickers. Oh my goodness, you guys. This is just a funny ticker. Okay. Let's go ahead and now move on to the last one. That's gonna be for Kenny Powers himself. Let's look at Kenny Powers. Are you in the chat or not, man? I love that your name is Kenny Powers and then you give me ticker symbol POW. So ticker symbol POWW. I have never heard of this ticker. Also, guys, why are your names appearing as a different color? Do you choose that color? I know my moderators are purple, right? Or that light blue color, but why, Amy, why are you orange? And then why is Sebastian Lim pink? Like, why is that happening? I actually didn't catch that the last stream that we looked at. Or is it just something that YouTube is doing by themselves? So POWW. And that's a ticker symbol ammo. Could it be, really? All right. So this ticker also looks horrendous, but it's at least not. Guys, it has an all-time high of $200 and it has an all-time low of 3 cents. It's white on your side. Okay, so I'm wondering, a cryptic trader is just red cryptic. All right, so I'm wondering what that is. Okay, so I can already see the formation. 1, 2, 3. Oof. I see the formation already brewing on everybody's face here, and I think that this thing can actually. All right, man, damn it, Mark Roach is gonna kill me in the face. All right. Yes, we're officially starting the the ticker POWW for Kenny Powers at 11:54 p.m. I'm starting to lose my mind over here. Okay, you guys. So 11:54 p.m. Pow. All right. So if you're looking at what I'm looking at right here, you guys, another very actually, let's go ahead and put it into log over here, which is essentially still giving us the same result. In fact, this is a worse result. Oh man, this is a rising wedge. Okay, and it's bearish, right? We all know that it's bearish. Damn, nothing to see here, right? All this is just not screaming manipulation whatsoever. Okay, so the reason why I say I was looking at it in the regular chart, but if we go to the not log chart, so unlogarithmic, it's a broadening ascending wedge. Okay, which is very interesting how I drew a triangle and this is broadening ascending in a log. I've never noticed that. That's very cool. All right, so let's go ahead and look at the log chart now and see. Professional analysts use the log chart. Okay, so I just want to be cool like them. Okay, you guys, I'm a professional analyst like them. Just kidding. Anyway, so this is a bearish formation. Okay, the take profit for this formation would honestly be I'm gonna favor just the second of third most popular way of gauging the price objective for this formation. Okay, so it would be the medium area would be your overall range, right, for the triangle. The first most popular would be from the top of the triangle to the lowest point. The third most popular would honestly be from the breakout point to the lowest point. Okay, so in this case, since we don't know that we're breaking out or whatever, let's use the medium. Okay, so if we were to imply that we're gonna break out of this at the 75% zone or to the apex of the triangle, which is like way over there on a 5-day chart, years away. This is literally 2028 over here, okay? So if we were to break out of this in 2026 or 2024, right? Let's just do 2025. 23 cents would be its target. But we're looking at it on a 5 days, so let's just see what this thing is doing in general. Okay, I'm talking a closer price objective because recently we failed it and we reclaimed it. And please notice just how exact we're using that area of support. Okay, so now in 13 hours and 2 minutes and 37.65 seconds, we're going to close this 5-day candle. And why is it so important? Well, this would be then considered a bullish engulfing. Okay, so that means we're looking at the 5-day for a reason, guys. I'm not making shit up here. Okay, so please notice this. Okay, bullish engulfing print on the 5-day would essentially mean a continuation to the upside. So very good stuff. Okay, very good stuff. Basically, I mean, what did you just say? $4 or $5 a year out market trash reports. Okay, so anyway, so this would be a bullish engulfing, and it would absolutely suggest a continuation to the upside. Good stuff. But let's validate. Let's get the daily chart up and see our moving averages, okay? Because that's usually where I like to see things, okay? Huge inverted herp and derp right here, okay? Don't mind the line right here because we're trading the broadening ascending wedge on the 5-day, not on the daily. Okay, so if we were to imply or use this the herp and derp, right? If we were to just point it out right here, which is very silly, a little smiley face for all of you here, right? So let's go ahead and get the price objective for this first. So from the neckline, which could be arguably right here to the lowest point of the formation, we then apply it to the top of the shoulder, of the right shoulder. We can see a topside target of about $3.32, which is absolutely sharing confluence here with all of these candles. Okay, so the resistance level is very nice here, and not to say that it's just a price objective for a inverse herd and shirters, right? So it doesn't always fulfill. Right, because some people may see this as a cup and handle, right? Some people may see this as an inverse herp and derp, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. They're all just psychological. They don't have any mathematical properties to them. Did you hear him? Really? You have mega ears, my bro. Yeah, he's pissed. He's pissed outside saying, "Daddy, mom over here falling asleep. My sister taking care of me and stuff. What's going on with you?" I'm just kidding. It's not that bad. She's probably still working. Okay, so anyway, we do have a very, very relevant target here, and it looks to be an inflection point. And yeah, actually, in relevance to previous price action, yeah, I would honestly honor that. So let's take a fib and take it from the range low to the range high, because that honestly looks like a 1.618. What do you know? It's actually 2.618 right there. So it's Yoda zoning all over your face, at $3.38. This is $3.31. Okay, so very interesting. We're gonna go ahead and note down the 2 spot 272 being the resistance level, the lower resistance level of all of these candles right over here. Okay, so the 2 spot 272 bottom to the 2 spot 618 top, having that middle price objective be that you know, the inverse head and shoulders thing, right? So I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. My little guy has lungs. Okay. All right. So now let's go ahead and move along to some moving averages. If TradingView ever just allows me to look at my moving averages. So it's going to tell me right now, no, you can't look at moving averages because no. Discretionary only, price and volume, raw price action, and that's it. I don't care what you say. What is going on, guys? My goodness. Everything is disappearing. That's a sign, guys. That's a sign. This is probably going to the moon. All right? This is going to go straight to the moon, and we're all going to be millionaires after this trade. Okay? What? The last ticker of the day? Are you joking? Jesus. Okay, so let's practice huge discretion here. And if you don't have the tools, this is where they work. Okay. All right, so let's look at volume. This would be very interesting to see that it works out. Okay, so let's load up volume at a you know, just more visible area here, right? The first thing we have to notice here is that we have declining volume. Okay, so declining volume indicates the potential of a larger formation at play. Okay, so that means that we are essentially practicing a right-angled triangle at this point, and this right-angled triangle actually is breaking out at a very, very premature area. Okay, so if there is going to be some downside, we now have to look at the candles. Okay, please notice that this daily iteration is a shooting star candle suggesting a downside continuation. My range for you is going to be at the wick low or opening of this candle at $2.30 to the support range of this triangle at about $2.26. Okay, yes, it did happen to HLBZ too. All right, so let's go ahead and note that, because I'm going to be at just the biggest surprise that this works out just with literal raw price action. I'm talking nothing else. Okay, you guys. So right now I don't understand why like this thing is happening. I literally can't see anything, you know, like I don't understand why it's doing that. Anyway, regardless. Okay. So like I said, this is your discretionary side. If you knew it, like if you have it already if you already have it on lock, so this would be it right now. Okay. Indicators are not popping up, momentum not popping up, which are usually things that I use. Okay. Declining price and volume. Okay. We have the potential early breakout, which means that there is a very critical support here. If we fail $2.27 with a minimum 4-hour candle closure below the, I'm talking about wick under this, that means that we're going to continue trading the range. Okay. So this support line is incredibly important for tomorrow. We are going down. Okay, so this is going to continue. First bounce going to be at 237. Test the 244 region. Come back down. Test the 230. Test the 236. Back down into the critical area. Okay, if we fail this, we're going to go back down. I'm talking about a quick fall to the range of about 212 to about 201. Okay, and then we're going to trade the range, validate this upside, which is honestly a continuation pattern. When this triangle is built on an upside, we continue to the upside. Okay, but this could be a fake out too. Okay, this could be a bull trap. It could be a bull trap only because it's breaking very prematurely here. Okay, but remember that this one is mathematically backed, and the head and shoulders is not. Okay, but at this point, we now have to see which one is going to take the precedence here, okay? Literal tri-formation here, okay? We have your inverse herp and derp, right? We have your cup and handle. We have the mathematical right angle triangle or descending triangle with an early or a premature breakout. Daily candle iteration here of a shooting star suggesting downside, okay? And now the potential of reclaiming this, thus invalidating these two formations or the prior two formations, right? And then realizing the mathematical upside. The price objective of the triangle itself would actually be, let's see, taken from the hypotenuse of the triangle all the way to the lowest point, like always, right? And applying it to that supposed area of breakout, which would be 75%. Let's just say it was around here, right? It would take us to about 261. And if that's the case, then it would actually be in accordance to where this massive gap is. And that would essentially be the resistance touch. Okay, so even if we did fail this, even if we did succeed this, we're going to face a massive rejection here. And then we would likely come back. This is not moon-bound just yet, in my opinion, based on raw price action, because as you can see here, it's still not doing it. Let's go ahead and load up a new iteration and see. But even if we did that, I'm not even sure that I would still get my yeah, but look at this. I still don't have an RSI, but it's okay. It's okay. I guess I can just load up another one. So RSI and Jesus, my goodness, man. Do I really have to? Relative strength. Oh my goodness. Guys, this thing is really tripping out right now. I don't understand how this thing is doing whatever it's doing, but this is really, really annoying. I don't even see the other RSI now. Wow. So I don't understand. Okay, stochastics. Actually, this is a Stokes RSI, and this is per the SPX. I don't even understand. Guys, raw price action is definitely going to have to be it. We're tripping out right now. I don't know what's going on. Guys, I'm expecting a downside here. We must not fail that with a minimum. Remember, 4-hour closure. Okay, if we fail that 4-hour closure beneath $2.27, it'll be a slide, okay, all the way to 201. If we do succeed this, okay, if we do succeed this at $2.27, which could be a very nice loading zone, that means that we're going to honor that cup, or we're going to honor the inverse Hernders, right? And we can actually continue on to the upside, thus meeting the target of, let's see, just about $3.32, and implying that we would cover the gap. Okay, so at this point, it's going to be a battle of psychology. So that is where I'm going to leave it for this, and we're not going to rate this because the RSI is it's missing in action. It said, I don't want to work anymore, you guys. So let's go ahead and finish off this analysis at 12:07 p.m. Very much a miss here. Very much short Arca, right? So, all right, you guys. So I would like to thank everybody for stopping by, but please, guys, make sure to refer to the links in the description below. All right, Twitter's there, Discord, and also the very, very well reputable TradingView software link. That would absolutely help me. All right. All right, you guys, but I appreciate everybody for stopping by today. We are not going to rate this last ticker because it got me mad. Okay, and also I don't want to put anybody in danger because I just expressed to you the deepest of deepest raw price action analysis that I would ever want to show anyone. Okay, this is like talking about trading in 2002. All right, guys. Very interesting things here. Okay, you guys. So I wish you all a very good night. My moderators, I wish you a very good night too. Okay, I love you all. Mark Roach, Cal L, DJ, Samantha. Good to see you guys. All right. So I wish you all a very good night, and I will catch you at the bell. Powerlifter, good to see you, man. Take care, Amy. Love you guys. Okay, you guys. I'll catch you at the bell mañana. Adios.